If you are thinking of buying or selling real estate in Palm Beach County, or you're just curious about what's going on, this is going to be for you. I'm going to share with you the real numbers so you can make right decisions for all of your real estate needs. Now let's start by talking about the months of inventory for single family homes. In January 2022, we had 1.1 months of inventory. We all remember that time, the frenzy market, where if you were walking outside and somebody whispered that they were selling, they'd have an offer. Now let's fast forward a year. January 23, we had 3.4 months of inventory. And this year, January 2024, we're at 4.2 months of inventory. Now, one of the things that impacted was the number of days that a single family home was on the market. Back in 22, we had properties only averaging 15 days on the market compared to January of 23 at 41. Now, this year, here's an interesting number. We have fallen back to 38 days on the market in January 2024. Now, what has happened to the number of new listings? Now, why is this important? Well, if you're a buyer, this impacts the number of properties and number of choices that you actually have in the market. Now, back in January in 2022, there were only a little over 1,600 properties that were available on the market. January 23, the number was 1,687. And then this year, new buyers have had 1,904 new listings as options for them. Good news if you're a buyer. So with all these new properties, prices have fallen, right? I mean, buyers are waiting for that. Well, they've been a little disappointed. Why? Because in January 22, our median price was $526,500. A year later, they were up $582,500. Now, what do you think they are today? Well, let me tell you, they didn't go down. They're up. $615,000 is our median sales price for single family homes in January of this year. Now you say, okay, I don't want or own a home. I have a townhome or villa or a condo. What's going on in that market? Well, I got you covered too. So January 22, there was 1 month of inventory, very similar to what we saw in single family homes, right? Now, a year later in 23, there were 3.5 months of inventory, and this year, 5.8 months of inventory. Now, why is that number important? Well, when we hit 6 months, that's what we call a neutral market. Anything below is a seller's market. We're getting really close to being neutral, and we don't stay neutral for long. We very well could move into a buyer's market, and in some neighborhoods, some condos, some types of property already are a buyer's market. So how many days is a townhome, a condo, or a villa sitting on the market right now? Now, if we go all the way back to January 22, they were only on the market about 14 days. That was very similar to our single family homes. A year later, in 23, they were at 30 days. And today, we are at 35 days on the market for a townhome, a villa, or a condo. Now, are there new listings for these? They are, and they have also increased. In 22 of January, we had 1,677 new townhomes, villas, or condos that came on the market, giving new options for people wanting to buy. A year later, that number increased to 1,741. And this year, this January, we had 2,126 new options for people looking for condos, townhomes, or villas. So are prices crashing? No, not really. Let's take a look at reality. January of 22, the median price was $265,000. January of 23, it increased to $299,000. And this year, we are over $300,000 at $325,000. As you can see, there is still strong demand for real estate, whether it's a single family home or a condo, right here in Palm Beach County. Now, if you are wondering how this information impacts you, your buying decisions, or what you need to sell, we are just a phone call away. You can contact us right away, and we will talk about your goals, your situation, and how we can put the right strategy to help you win. Palm Beach County real estate is doing well, and there's opportunities everywhere we look.